name's Lynda Gaiao and welcome to this week's video. Today we're going to be looking at trait 4, which is formulation. Now, the word formulation is essentially an answer. It's a solution, it's a formula to a question. This is in the logical circuitry within design, and logic in this system is all about looking for a secure pattern for the future. And when we have something, a logical pattern that's secure, it basically means that we get to survive going forward as a team, as a species. So the trait 63, which is on the other side of the 4, is the part of us that brings the doubt, it brings the questions. And the 4, which is formulation, is really about trying to find an answer to those questions. Now, when we come to logic, the thing with logic is that when we have an answer that we come up with in the moment, it does not necessarily mean that the answer has any truth to it. It does not mean that it has any validity to it. And it's only through a process of testing and experimentation, of validating, substantiating, and collecting all the facts can we really tell if this answer is in fact true, is in fact a secure pattern to the future. Now, when we have any openness in our design, especially in the area of conceptualization, there's this anxiety or this pressure that can come in here, and what can happen is you can get really anxious about, will there ever be any good questions for me to find answers to? If you do come up with an answer, there can be this kind of shadow that can show up where you lock onto that answer and you try to be certain with that answer. Like, this is the one. This is definitely the one. This is the fixed pattern for the future. And this is where we can really get ourselves into trouble. The other place that can really get us into trouble here is if we internalize. We all have questions about life. We all have our own personal questions. And when we try to use this particular energy to answer questions about ourselves, answer questions about our personal life, this is where we can get into trouble. Ultimately, what we want to do with this particular energy is get to a place where we can almost be in the mystery of what answers are emerging, not needing to lock onto them, not needing to hold onto them, but instead seeing them as a potential. And answers are going to come and go. Some answers will have validity and some won't. And when we can get into this free flowing of allowing the answers to move through, then the next phase is to wait. Wait until the timing is right. Wait until there's some kind of invitation or where somebody asks you, hey, do you have any solutions to this particular question? And that is when you're able to share the answers that you've come up with. And this is where you can potentially create a lot of benefit for those people coming to you and asking for the answers that you could come up with. Now, when we're thinking about this in terms of a business context, if we want to leverage off this energy that's around this week, this is a great time to do some kind of mind mapping or kind of think tank exercise where you propose questions to your team and then you just see what answers come up. Hey guys, there's a couple of questions here that we need answers to. We're looking for some solutions here. We're kind of looking for some formulas to implement in the business. What answers can you guys come up with? And then not putting pressure on any one of the answers as being the correct answer, but more as possible solutions, possible formulas, or possible answers. And then the next phase would be to test and experiment with those answers that come forward in the think tank and then see which one of those answers is the most accurate, the most truthful, the most secure pattern leading your team towards a successful future. The things that I'd encourage you to pay attention to in the coming week is watching for that internalizing, that need to apply the answers to your own personal life. I would also watch out for are you just sharing whatever answers come to you without waiting for that invitation? Are you just like, I've got this answer, I know the answer, and it's kind of like this pressured or this forced way of saying, I've got the answer, you need to listen to me. And rather, you want to just wait, allow the answers to move through you, and when the timing is right, you may get the opportunity to share your answers, or you may not. And just trusting the process that when the timing is right, the right person will show up and you will get the opportunity to share that answer. The other thing I'd encourage you to watch out for is kind of this anxiety for, firstly, figuring everything out. Like, I need to find all the answers to all the questions of life. And the second way that this anxiety could show up is there ever going to be a good question for me to answer? And so you can kind of seek out these inspirational questions. And really what we want to get to a place of is just allowing the questions to come, allowing the answers to come, but not really needing to specifically do anything with them at this point, because they're just potentials. When you get an opportunity to share them through invitation, there is a possibility there that the answers that you come up with can be a secure, something that can secure you into the future. So it'll be really fascinating to see what questions show up for you this week and what answers emerge to those questions. And I'd encourage you to have kind of a bit more of a playful attitude to it, or a more relaxed way of just allowing life to unfold. If you have any great questions and the answers to those questions that come up for you this week, please share them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Each week I release a new video sharing the traits and the energy for the week. So if you'd like to stay updated with that, then please don't forget to click the subscribe button. And if you've enjoyed this content, I'd love for you to click the like button and obviously share this with anybody who you feel may benefit from these weekly videos. Until next week, I hope you have an awesome week. Bye for now.